global impact of new U.S. sanctions on Russian oil, tankers anchored and supply chains disrupted. In a significant escalation of economic pressures, the United States has announced a fresh round of sanctions against Russia's oil industry, leading to immediate and widespread ramifications across the global oil supply chain. In response to these sanctions, no fewer than 65 oil tankers have now anchored globally, illustrating the serious impact of these measures on the mobility and distribution of Russian oil. The U.S. Treasury, on a recent Friday, targeted major Russian oil producers including Gazprom Neft and Surgutneftgaz, as well as 183 vessels tasked with transporting Russian oil. This action is intended to sever a vital revenue stream that supports Moscow's ongoing military activities in Ukraine. The cumulative effect of these sanctions, according to shipping experts and analysts, is profound, with close to 10% of the global oil tanker fleet now immobilized. Ship tracking data from LSEG and marine traffic have revealed significant tanker clusters, particularly around strategic locations like China and Singapore, and sizable groups off the coast of Russia in the Baltic Sea and the Far East. The operational halting of these vessels underscores a major disruption in oil logistics and supply, potentially leading to fluctuations in global oil prices and supply shortages in certain markets. Further complicating the geopolitical landscape, separate reports from Reuters and Lloyd's List Intelligence have highlighted that approximately 35% of the 669 tankers in the so-called shadow fleet, used for moving oil from countries like Russia, Venezuela, and Iran, now face sanctions from the U.S., Britain, or the European Union. Reflecting on the impact and intent of these sanctions, Dalip Singh, the Deputy National Security Advisor for International Economics, emphasized that these measures represent the most significant sanctions yet on Russia's energy sector. The targeted sanctions have reportedly impacted at least 42% of Russia's total seaborne crude oil exports, indicating a substantial blow to the country's oil revenue. In the aftermath of these sanctions, major global ports, especially in China, have started rejecting Russian oil tankers, leading to additional logistical challenges and further straining the already tight supply chains. Bloomberg reports add another layer to this complex situation, revealing that India, previously a major consumer of Russian oil, plans to cease acceptance of Russian tankers that have been recently sanctioned by the U.S. These developments contribute to a volatile oil market with potential long-term consequences for global energy supplies and economic stability in numerous countries heavily reliant on oil imports. The situation remains fluid, with the international community closely monitoring the effects of these sanctions on global energy dynamics, market responses, and Russia's economic resilience. Thank you for choosing Satori News.